Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jocelyn Lovely. So good to be here today with you guys. It's Friday, so yay, woohoo! So everybody out there just going home relaxing, I understand, I'm here, I feel that vibe. I feel all of that energy today. Today's reading is going to be for Aries, so I'm very excited about that. We're starting with you guys, and every time I get a reading with Aries, it just feels so powerful. They're just such leaders. Aries are leaders, and which is, I really respect that. You guys teach me a little bit about kind of moving forward, and so when I channel that, it just feels right. So if you guys, Aries, if you love my readings, please like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want a personal reading, I'm gonna leave the link down below, and then you can just schedule everything on my website. So, all right, sounds good. Let's get started. The first two cards that came out were very significant. We start with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Now, the reason these were very significant was because look at all the red, right? This is very powerful. Two aces, they're red, they coincide, go one and one with each other. You can't have one without the other, right? So the reason this really stood out for me, right? It's because then it follows with justice, right? It follows with justice here, right? And when you put all of these together, it just seems to me like this was divinely guided, right? For you to be at this level at this exact precise time, right? When I think of a new beginning of emotion and mind, I think more of the heart and the mind, right? They are finally, after years of hard work, years of growth, years of meditation, years of just getting yourself through the healing stages, you were able to manifest this, right? Your heart and your mind have finally just kind of coincided together. Now, when the heart and mind are coincided, there's peace, there's harmony, there's union, which is what you need. And that's your justice, right? This is divinely guided. This was written in the contract. This was what was meant to be. This was written before you even came here, right? That at this stage, this is exactly what you were going to earn if you had done the work, if you had done what you were supposed to, and you did. You have finally learned whatever you were supposed to. And then you came out with the Hangman, right? In this deck, she was a woman, right? But if you just really look at what draws her here, right? She's binded. She was binded. She's still a little binded here. She's binded only because even though she's made an attempt to connect with the heart and mind, the moon is still here. You see the moon in the background? That means there's something she's not seeing still. And because there's information that she's not aware about, or she doesn't know about, or there's no answers, she's still binded. She's still like kind of stuck a little bit because she wants answers, but nothing came out here. But there is a truth, right? The Queen of Swords comes out next. There's a truth that you admitted to yourself. I think there's a truth here that came out, that you manifested this truth. You made this a reality. And I think a part of you, again, I love this card because yes, she's sitting on truth, right? But then like she's still, half of her face is a little covered here. Like I'm when she comes out next to the Hangman, it's just like, although the truth came out and you're making the right decisions, you're still a little taken back or maybe stuck on something, on a specific past of yours, because you don't have all the details. Then the Sun comes out, right? Saying that it doesn't matter. You still made the right choice. You still made the decisions to move forward with your life. And that's why the Sun's here. So this is an opportunity, although you're healing, This is an opportunity for you to connect deeper with spirit, because you already have. So this is the time you can either surrender to bliss, like just accept. Like this is the card of acceptance, right? It's happiness, it's fulfillment, it's peace of mind, but you're happy because you've accepted whatever this truth is. And because you have the choice to just be happy. This could be your choice, right? You can still grieve, don't get me wrong, but you can still choose to move forward with this mindset here. And you are, because again, this is gonna be you, right? Like, after all the trouble, after all the pain, you still come out just so beautiful. Like, you're just really happy, you know, at a deeper level, right? Yeah, you're still sad, don't get me wrong, but it's like you feel, it's like you and yourself, like all parts of you have come out of this knowing that you're gonna be okay somehow, some way. You may not have all the answers, you may not have all the clues, but you know you're gonna be fine. You've earned it. You've earned every piece of just peace of mind and stability that you could have earned. You could have worked to attain, and you have. And you're like, okay, you're holding it, and you're like, you see, look at this coin, right? She's holding it, your inner child, and you are holding this coin. It could just be you and your family too, right? But you're holding this coin here, and it's like you're accepting this as a gift. Yes, you earned it, but it's still an option to be given to you, right? By life. Again, you've learned whatever lesson you were supposed to learn. And I think this lesson was I feel like you learned to love yourself at a deeper level. See, there's people in this, I think that was like your lesson, your contract, right? I think people in this world, a lot of their contracts entail like learning to be more conscious of other people, learning to open their hearts a little more. They're more of like, they learn through karma to kind of give. They learn that they harmed others through like them being kind of cold and not giving enough. It's like usually people's karmic lessons entail that, right? Like you learn at the end of the karmic lesson, you learn, oh, I have to reciprocate. I have to give just as much as I want to receive. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the lesson. For you, it was different. This lesson was different for you. Your lesson was to learn to cut. It was to choose yourself, because I feel like you're that person that gives and gives and gives and gives and gives to a fault, right? Like she's just so loving, he's so loving, it's in its nature to give and to have compassion, but there's just people that give too much. And I think your lesson here was to give to yourself first. It was to walk away from people that chose them over you every time. And I think you were looking for people to give you what you knew you could have given yourself if you just tried. And I think that's the whole point, right, of this lesson. It's like your mind and heart are at one, because you finally get it. The only one that can give you this happiness is you. That's a harsh lesson, and it's a hard lesson. And just let me tell you this thing. People don't learn that lesson. It takes them lifetimes to learn that lesson. It really does. There's people who you see that 50, 60 with people that they shouldn't be with, giving and giving and giving because they just never got it. Well, you did. You got that lesson. And now you come out as the emperor, right? With a strong, steady, stable foundation. You gave that to yourself by choosing yourself. I don't know if you guys can see it. By choosing yourself, right? By choosing yourself, you're able to to build. If you were to build a castle, if you were to build anything for yourself, any type of security, anything, you did it on your own. You didn't need anybody else to help you. And that was the whole point. It's like sometimes people expect that they'll find people to help them move forward, right? Yeah, it's just something we all want and we expect it. At a subconscious level, we expect it, we want it. But I think you wanted it so much that you were willing to do everything and just drag somebody else along with you. I know that sounds so messed up. I'm so sorry. But that's kind of what I'm getting. You, at any point, are so strong, so powerful that you can get this done. But it got to the point where maybe you were willing to take the wrong people with you. The people that weren't going to build with you, just so that you didn't have to do it alone. There you go. And I think because you learned that lesson, and this card comes out in red too, this is you elevate from the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords, right? Yeah, you're pissed off, you're sad, you're hurt, you're kind of like, why? Why was it so hard? Why? If these people that I was bringing along, if they could have just listened to me, they could have had everything I had. I would have gave them everything. Well, that's the point. These dumbasses, people that you try to bring along, not only did they not get it, not only did they not even work for it, they expected you to do the work for them, but they still, when they saw an opportunity in front of them, they couldn't handle that opportunity. What does that say about the people you were choosing to bring with you? They weren't meant to go with you. You are just like at a different caliber. You're somebody else. And I think sometimes that's the thing that holds us back. It's like we're so great, we're so powerful, but when you bring the wrong people with you, it will freaking destroy everything. It will destroy everything you've ever built, because the wrong people will do something like that to you. They may not even mean to. It's just what it is, right? But you go along, you keep moving forward. Yeah, you understand you lost. You lost. You lost. You lost them, but you gained yourself in the process. And your heart is broken, but your mind understands. It may not like the answer, but it understands. It sits in the truth. It sits because it can only sit on its truth, right? You can only sit on your truth and accept this. Accept this as what it really is. And you know that, see, you're the type of person that's so logical and diplomatic. You're looking at it from that perspective that you may not agree with the answer right now, but in 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you're going to understand why you made this sacrifice. This is a diplomatic person, a person who puts rationale above all else, right? And this is why you always become successful. You always come out of this successful, because of sacrifice. You don't give in to the short-term goal. You give in to long-term stability, which is why you came out as the Emperor, right? Because you see this, you plan ahead and you work towards it, and you don't give up. You don't let temptation take you in the long run. Sorry about that. That was my light. It's on a timer, and I'm still gonna keep going because at this point we're on fire. I'm not gonna stop this video, okay? Temperance, you know, you're, again, this person, you don't know what's going on, right? But divination's at play here, right? Everything's going at the time it's supposed to, and you're just learning to be patient with time. I know it sucks, but it just seems to me like you realize that being in acceptance, it's better for you long term, because I don't think you want to keep living with the anxiety, right? I think you realize that if you just surrender to the moment, you can actually enjoy your day. I'm talking to people who've probably worked too hard in their lives, and now it's like you need to just surrender to the moment, and you'll realize that you probably didn't have to move as hard as you did if you would have just surrendered. And I'm talking to myself here because that's me right there. I do that 100% too. So maybe it's a we thing here, right? You have the Star. This is you. And what these two have in common, right, is because you see how they're both playing with the water. Water is being used at play. It's a lot of blue. It's a lot of color. It's a lot of just look at their faces of contentment and healing. There's a lot of healing taking place, right? In the background, in the front. It's all there. It's all there, and it's very important. And this is what you're doing. You're using that. You're using your emotions to just kind of transmute, you know, you're transmuting the energy, you're healing, you're just like moving forward with your life. That's the only thing. And it's like, this is how I know you're so successful, right? You can always be in pain and healing, but that never stops you from the bigger picture. It's like you've sacrificed so much. You know what it is. You know that this is just short term. The pain is short term, which is why I love you. I'm kind of, man, you Aries, I'm telling you, man, Aries are just leaders. They get it. They get the bigger picture, and they always move forward. And this is you. Right? Because you learned your lesson, the world came out, you were done. You're the Fool now. Look at all this energy of emotion. It's just the tides going there. You don't know what's going on, but you look at the bigger picture, right? The North Node, and you keep forward. Because you know that's all you can do. You want the prize. You don't even know what the prize is, but you just want it. You want happiness. You want fulfillment, and that nothing's going to stop you. Nothing or no one's going to stop you to get that. And then judgment's being called, right? Again, this is like celestial. This is higher power. The water's in the background. So much emotion, so much healing taking place. And it's you. Your heart and your mind, right? I feel like this is parts of you that are blending and becoming one, so that you're at peace. This is what you've been begging for such a long time. I don't know if you forgot or whatever. Maybe you've had it in the back of your mind the whole time while you were working. You had that thought, like, I want this fulfillment, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. See, you're the Magician. This card specifically just seems like you're writing all of this on your intuition. You're using the resources that you have at your disposal. But this is a very intuitive card to me, right? Look at this person in the ethers, like the purple. It's just, she's like, look at the moon in the background, right? Again, the moon comes out. It's like all these things are hidden, and you're just going on sheer intuition, because you know that, and of course rationale, doing the right thing. You know this is what's going to lead you to your happiness, right? You're at the Page of Swords. You're learning again. You're new. You're looking at life like this now. You know, you're adventurous. You're looking forward to learning and growing, and this is why. It's like, you know, sometimes I think, wait, and then the Queen of Cups comes out, right? Like I was saying, sometimes I think that, well, let's say this, the Queen of Cups came out, and then the Devil came out. And this is where I thought, sometimes I think that all of your experiences, and again, you're a very intuitive, high vibe person, man. You've had to learn some hard lessons. That's a fact. But it gets to the point where sometimes I think the Devil, right? Maybe the Devil wanted you to have turned bitter, to have closed your heart. I mean, after all these heartbreaks, after all these people fucking you over, right? You want to just go cold. And even still, after all of these people that you've just let go of, all of these things that happened to you, it didn't turn you cold. It's like, this is how you know you're celestial, right? You come from higher power. This is how you know higher power protects you, right? Because you still made the choice to connect. Yeah, you could have hated God. You could have been upset. You could have been like, fuck you, you know, whatever. You cry and you blame God, right? But at the end of the day, you still chose to walk with your heart open and do the right thing, no matter how many times you've been screwed over. And I think that even after choosing yourself and going down this journey alone, you're still the Queen of Cups. Queen of Hearts, you're still loving, you're still beautiful, you're still optimistic, you still move forward as much as you can, right? We're not little anymore, but as much as you can, and that means something. And this is why I say the devil comes at play, right? Because it's like the devil wants you shackled. It wants you shackled, it wants you stuck, it wants you to think that you can't do better, you can't move forward, but you can. You can. And you did. You're not chained and shackled no more. It wants you though. It's, look at it smiling. It wants you so bad. It wants you to fail. It wants to take your happiness away. It wants to win that wager. Right? Now, I know there's people that don't believe in the devil, and I understand. You know, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm not scared of the devil. If anything, I admire, in a way. I have respect for it because it's so powerful. It sees you hurting and it wants you to stay that way. And it wants you to be mad and it wants you to be bitter and it wants you to close off to people. It wants you to treat people terrible because misery loves company. And I can respect that. There's forces at play, good and bad, that will do whatever it takes to claim you. But again, even then, wager after wager, you keep telling the devil no, and you keep walking. You keep walking away. And you speak for God. You speak with your guides. You speak for source. You speak for God, right? That's who you choose to stick and align with. Align with. Yeah. But you're shooting forward. You're almost done. 9 of Wands, yeah, you're coming out of this a little hurt. Don't get me wrong. We can't always be perfect. You come out of it a little harmed and scared that, you know, you're probably going to go through even more horrible lessons because whatever you came out of was really bad. But it's okay. At the end of the day, you're going to the 10 of Pentacles. This is what your goal is. This is what you've been working towards your whole life. And now it's like it's there. It's coming to fruition. It's there. It's so close. It's so close. It's right there. And again, yeah, you went from the 5 of Wands to the 6. Right? You went from conflict and total just annihilation, right? Just your heart, your soul, everything was destroyed to you're coming out of this conflict with your heart and your mind together. You come out stronger. So much stronger. Which is why you're being commended, and that's your justice. And again, the 10 of Pentacles came out again, right? Like this is what you've earned. This is what's all yours. This is all yours. All of these lessons you can teach to your kids, right? Whatever you went through, they will never know what you went through, and that's a great thing. They'll never know your struggles, and that's a win for your family. Yeah, and then look at you, right? 2 of Pentacles, this is an investment, right? Choosing growth, choosing investments. This is your heart and mind, choosing each other to grow and move forward. Look at you, investing in yourself, moving forward, learning, growing. Page of Swords came out again. Queen of Swords came out again, right? It's like the lesson was learned. But this lesson was in ethereal. It's like you got it. You're going through intuition. You don't know what it is, but you chose yourself and you're going to stick to it. And that's why you've learned the lessons you've learned. And that's why the Wheel of Fortune's in your favor. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune has come out. Now it's your time to celebrate. All those years where you thought, man, I have bad luck. I have I have really bad luck or something. It's just you were healing. And now you get good luck. You get good karma. That's your justice. A new beginning, right? Ace of Swords came out again, right? Your mind with a new mindset, a new growing mindset, your heart and your mind together, right? You died and a new opportunity arises here. Look at this man right here, right? His whole focus is on this huge pinnacle, right? Whatever this is, whatever your goal is, the abundance that you're going after, that you've been looking at for years, you can finally attain it. Just like I said, you were in pain, it was terrible, but the sun comes out. It's the same cards coming out again, saying that your time to shine is now. And while you meditate, while you heal, whatever this connection is with your heart and mind, you're going to have a deeper spiritual sense of connection with Source, and it's going to have you nostalgic. It's like you're finally able to go back to a part of yourself that you lost, that was at a standstill, that you thought you would never have back. It's like I don't know if it's like deeper level of psychic abilities, deeper level of consciousness, deeper level of growth within yourself. You can call it all of that. It's that. It's gonna bring you back home. It's like your inner child's gonna collect. It's like you're gonna collect your inner child, or your inner child, and you are gonna bind, and you're gonna have more fun. You're gonna adapt more fun into your life. It's like you look at this cup being filled with all of this beauty inside. It's like you're gonna be fulfilled. Right? And then here is your guides. 3 of Cups, right? It says 3 of Cups, but look at you. This is a very, again, celestial. This seems very celestial, very 5D, very your guides. Like this is your guides celebrating with you, right? You may not think that, you may not believe that, but this is Source. This is your guides, because all these things had to come into play. Okay, all of these things that you may not see it from that end, or you might, right? But all these things had to happen in the background just for you to be at this, to get to this point, right? You did your healing, you made the choices to move forward, right? But at the same time, your guides had to put you in a very uncomfortable situation. They had to align you with the right people, the right time, the right everything, the right tower to come into place in order for you to have healed, so that the truth can come out. You're at a place where you're so stuck, you can only see and move forward. That's what your guides do in the background. You can blame them for that too. I blame them for that all the time, you know, but ultimately their job, their goal is to make sure you get the lessons learned, and that you get to a certain place at a certain time because of the contract that was put in place before you came here. And they know that that's what you asked. Right? You asked for this at a specific time or frame of date before you came here. You said, this is what needs to happen by this such time. They're adhering to it. They're adhering to the contract. And I know, you know, sometimes it may seem like it might be too much. So if you need some time to take the time out and tell higher power, like, you know, this is some BS. I need some time. I need more support. I think they'll listen, hopefully. I think they'll kind of understand. You got to let them know sometimes if it's too much. But yeah, they move forward, right? And they're celebrating because you guys met. The goal was met. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Transformation, right? Death has occurred. All the ways of being don't work anymore. Time to move on. You sit there contemplating on how hard that work was. That work was really hard. It almost killed you. But you earned it. You're at the 9 of Pentacles. You earned it. You earned all of this. And nobody could take that from you because nobody helped you. See, honey, you're self-made. That's the difference between you and other people you know. You worked for this yourself. You're self-made. And here you are writing, right? With your intuition, not knowing, again, you don't know what's going on in the background. You don't know. You don't know what's ahead of you, but you're still moving forward with clear insight, clear intuition, right? Clear connection with yourself. Look at this beautiful card. And again, you move forward because you know you're at a new destination. Yeah, 10 of Wands. We're done. You got the keys, right? Is this a key? This is a wand. Look at this. The last one. But look at all this growth that took place while you were getting this last one, right? All this harvesting you're about to reap because of all the hard work you put in. 9 of Cups, right? 9, 9, 9, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups. This is endings. You've earned all of these. And again, the King of Swords, it's the same thing. And the Queen of Pentacles, right? It's the same thing. Congratulations. You have manifested a new reality. Or the new, more integrated version of yourself. It's beautiful. All right, that's it for my lovely Aries. I love you so much. Take very good care of yourselves. Again, if you want to do a reading, the description is down in the link below.